Hey everyone, welcome back to 30ish Days with Leslie, and welcome to day 7 of the Timeliness Challenge. You've made it one full week, and today we're unlocking a simple but game-changing shift. The hidden power of buffer time. Because here's the truth. Most lateness isn't caused by one big thing. It's caused by tiny miscalculations that stack up. 5 extra minutes here, an unexpected delay there, and suddenly you're running late again. But what if you built in space? What if you started expecting the unexpected? Not from a place of fear, but from a place of self-respect. Buffer time isn't wasted time. It's protective. It's the gift you give yourself so you can move through life with more ease, not more stress. So today, we're going to explore this idea deeper. Because building buffers is one of the most practical, powerful ways to transform your relationship with time. Let's begin with our 4 parts to help you get clear, get real, and make this shift stick. Part 1. Naming the gaps. Let's start by getting honest about where time slips away from you. Ask yourself, where do I tend to underestimate how long things take? What small tasks or interruptions usually throw my timing off? Where do I feel rushed, even when I technically should have enough time? Maybe it's getting out the door in the morning. Maybe it's wrapping up work before a meeting. Maybe it's underestimating traffic, transitions, or the time it takes to mentally switch gears. Let's pause here. What if those gaps aren't personal failures, but predictable patterns you can plan for? What if buffer time is your way of respecting reality, not fighting it? So let me ask you now, where in my day would a buffer change everything? Where am I ready to stop cutting it close and start giving myself breathing room? Feel that before you try to answer. Let your intuition speak. Part 2. The cost of no buffer. Now, let's look at what happens when you skip buffer time. Because the cost is real. Ask yourself, what does it feel like when I'm constantly rushing from one thing to the next? How does the lack of margin affect my mood, my energy, my presence? Who else feels that ripple? My family, my coworkers, my friends? Maybe you've noticed that being late makes you snappier when people you care about are waiting on you. Maybe it drains your energy before the real work even begins. Maybe it leaves you feeling flustered, embarrassed, or ashamed over and over. This isn't about judgment. It's about facing the reality so you can choose differently. Because that frazzled version of you, you're allowed to retire them. You're allowed to choose calm over chaos. Part 3. Who you are becoming. Now, let's shift. Because you're not just someone trying to squeeze everything in. You're becoming someone who honors space. Someone who plans for breathing room. Someone who shows up not just on time, but calm, grounded, and present. So let me ask you, what does that version of me look like? How do they build in buffers? Not because they expect failure, but because they value peace. How do they protect their energy, their commitments, and their sense of self-trust? This is your new identity forming. Not someone who scrambles, but someone who stewards time wisely. Because timeliness isn't about perfection. It's about creating rhythms that feel spacious and sane. So, who are you becoming? Let that vision sharpen. Even if it's not crystal clear yet, you're getting closer. Part 4. What you're committing to today. Let's ground this action because change happens when we commit, even in small ways. So today, your journaling prompts will help you land this shift and set a new rhythm in motion. We'll leave 30 seconds of silence between each question. Feel free to pause longer if you need more time. Let's begin. Prompt 1. Where in my day do I most often feel rushed or behind? Prompt 2. What's one area where adding a 10-minute buffer would reduce stress and improve my follow-through? Prompt 3. What's my biggest mental block about creating buffer time, and how can I challenge it? Prompt 4. How would it feel to move through my day with more space, more calm, and fewer last-minute scrambles? Prompt 5. What's one small buffer I can experiment with today and notice the impact? Now, take a moment to write freely, if anything else is rising. This is day 7, the day you start building space into your life, not just to be on time, but to feel good while doing it. As we close today's reflection, I want you to remember you are allowed to create space. You are allowed to plan for reality, not fantasy. You are allowed to move through time with calm and confidence. You're not doing this to impress anyone else. You're doing it to protect your peace, to show up steady, to build trust inside and out. This is day 7, your space claiming day. And every time you build in buffer time, you are reinforcing that you deserve ease, not just hustle. Thank you for choosing this shift. Thank you for choosing to create margin for your mind, your body, and your commitments. Until next time.